Trying to manage your business's finances can sometimes feel like you're solving a puzzle, but in the dark, right? So what if you could just flip a switch and turn on the lights? That's what we're going to talk about today. We'll break down how the right tools can take all that financial chaos and turn it into crystal clarity, putting you back in the driver's seat of your business. Let's dive in.
So, does this question hit a little too close to home for you? Come on, be honest. If you're a business owner, you know the pain. We're talking scattered receipts, invoices that are way overdue, and that just nagging feeling that you don't really know where your cash flow is at any given moment. Look, it's a super common struggle, but I'm telling you, it absolutely doesn't have to be a reality.
And this is what that solution looks like. This isn't just some boring dashboard. Think of it as your business's financial command center. So instead of digging through endless spreadsheets to figure out who owes you money or just guessing what your cash position is, all the vital signs of your business are right here. In real time, it's all about swapping that anxiety for confidence, and you get it in a single glance.
All right, so let's start with the money coming in. We're going to look at the sales life cycle, basically the entire journey from sending a quote to having that cash in the bank. And let me tell you, getting this process right is absolutely critical if you want to maintain a healthy cash flow.
So the path to actually getting paid can be broken down into 4 super simple steps. First, you create and send a professional estimate. Step 2, your customer can accept it right online. Then, with just one click, that estimate instantly turns into a payable invoice. And finally, when the payment comes through, you log it and the invoice is marked paid. See how that works? Each step just flows right into the next, which gets rid of so many of those manual tasks and all those follow-up emails.
And that idea of digital acceptance, that's a total game changer. Seriously, it's more than just a nice little convenience. It's an accelerator for your whole process. I mean, think about it. No more waiting around for a client to print something, sign it, scan it, and then email it back as a PDF. Nope. They just click accept, you get notified instantly, and you can send the invoice. It just shortens your entire sales cycle. Okay, but what happens with partial payments? This is where having really detailed tracking is so crucial. Let's say a customer pays you in installments. Well, with a system like this, each payment isn't just some note you jot down. It's logged as its own unique record against that original invoice. So for any business that deals with retainers or payment plans, this means you always know the exact balance owed, right down to the last cent.
All right, so we've covered money coming into the business. Now let's flip to the other side of the coin, managing your business costs. Because tracking the money that's going out is every bit as important as tracking the money coming in. Now, one of the most crucial things to get right here is the difference between a bill and an expense. And honestly, this trips a lot of people up. It's simple though. A bill is for something you're going to pay for later, like an invoice from a supplier that's due in 30 days. An expense, on the other hand, is a cost you've already paid. Think about grabbing coffee with a client using the company card. A good system lets you record both, which keeps what you owe and what you've spent totally crystal clear.
Okay, now for the part that honestly makes accountants everywhere just nod their heads in approval: bank reconciliation. This might sound a little technical, but it's really just the process of making sure the numbers in your accounting software actually match the numbers in your real-life bank account. It's like the ultimate fact check for your finances, and it's the foundation for having records you can actually trust.
Yeah, to put it really simply, bank reconciliation just makes sure your books match reality, the reality being your bank statement. The goal is to get the difference between the two down to 0. When you hit that, you've achieved true financial certainty. You're not just hoping your numbers are right anymore, you know they are. And that means you can make big decisions with total confidence.
And this whole process, which, believe me, used to be such a tedious manual job, is now just 4 simple steps. First, you connect your bank account to get automatic feeds. Then, your transactions just flow right in. Step 3, the system is smart enough to suggest matches for you, like, hey, does this deposit match this invoice? Or does this debit match that bill? And finally, you just confirm everything, categorize what's left, and hit reconcile. It literally turns what could be a multi-hour headache into a quick 5-minute review.
And the real engine driving all of this? It's automation. Every single day, new transactions get pulled in automatically from your bank. What that means for you is that your financial data is never more than a day out of date. You get this almost real-time view of your finances without having to lift a finger to manually download and import statements. It's amazing.
Okay, so you've tracked all the money coming in, all the money going out, and you've reconciled everything.
So what? What's the big payoff? Well, it's actionable insights. This is the moment where all that clean, accurate data transforms into real business intelligence that helps you make much, much smarter decisions. So what exactly can you do with all this awesome, clean data? Well, right out of the box, you get access to over 70, that's 70, different reports. And that's not just some long list. It's like having a whole library of financial stories about your business. And they're ready to be read whenever you want.
And we're not talking about a bunch of obscure, super technical reports that only an accountant would understand. No, these are built to answer the most critical questions you have as a business owner. Your profit and loss report answers, hey, are we actually making money? The receivables report tells you who owes us money and how late are they. The inventory summary answers, what do we need to reorder? Each one gives you a clear answer, not just a pile of raw data.
But what if you need to go even deeper? Well, for those of you who do, there's an integration with Zoho Analytics. This is for when you want to build your own completely custom reports. Maybe you want to mash up your financial data with data from other systems and create dashboards that are perfectly tailored to your business's specific KPIs.
And this level of integration is where you get some truly strategic insights. For example, just imagine pulling sales data from your CRM and combining it with your financial data to see your real-time cost to acquire a new customer, all on a single dashboard. That's when you've moved past simple bookkeeping and into the realm of powerful business intelligence. So let's just end with this thought. When you streamline and automate your finances, you're not just getting better data, you're actually buying back your most valuable asset, which is your time. That's time you could be spending on your business strategy, on innovation, on talking to your customers. So the real question is, what could you build if you weren't buried in bookkeeping?